Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the fridge. On the menu tonight, World of Tanks. Tonight I have a sneak peek at an upcoming premium tank, the Centurion 5.1, as used by the Royal Australian Armoured Corps. First, a little history on the Australian use of the Centurion in Vietnam. As you can see, there are no side skirts in place, as these were removed after deployment to Vietnam. The tank crews discovered that the thick mud and undergrowth would get packed in the gaps and create major problems. The vehicle also comes fitted with the 100-gallon armoured fuel tank, as well as two additional caliber 50 Brownings, one mounted coaxial with the main gun and one mounted at the commander's hatch. A notable use of the Centurions was their deployment to the fire support bases Coral and Balmoral, where they were used to support 1 ATF. During their deployment, 1AR rotated 58 Centurions in country. 42 suffered battle damage, with 6 being beyond repair. Only 2 crewmen were killed during these operations. Let's take a look at some of the stats on the tank we're going to get in-game. I am going to be comparing these to the FV4202 and the Centurion Mark 1. Starting with the firepower, we're presented with the B-barrel 20-pounder. The gun stats are the same as the Centurion 1, so I'll just run through them quickly. Penetration is 226mm with 230 alpha. 8.34 rounds per minute gives a little over 1900 DPM. Turret traverse is 37.55 degrees per second, and the gun will elevate to 18 degrees and depress to -10. Aim time is 2.11 with an accuracy of 0.32. Survivability is looking good with that well-known tough British turret. 254mm on the turret front and 88mm on the sides and rear. The hull upgrade increases frontal armour to 120mm with the same 50mm on the sides and 38 on the rear. 1,400 hit points is the same as the FV and only 50 short of the Centurion Mark 1. Mobility is decent by British standards. 950 horsepower combined with a 51-ton tank gives a decent 18.63 horsepower per tonne, which is enough to propel you along at 50 km an hour with 20 in reverse. Hull traverse speed is 37.55 degrees per second, which is down on the FV4202 but the same as the Centurion 1. Concealment is slightly better than the Centurion 1 but not as good as the FV. 400 metre view range is decent, putting it on par with the Centurion 1. So there we have it, the third Australian tank in the game. Playstyle for this tank is just about the same as the FV4202 or Centurion 1, poking ridge lines and keeping that rapid firing gun working. Mobility isn't the best ever, but you have more horsepower compared to the other British tanks, so she does get up and move from a standstill much better. The additional frontal armour is a wonderful thing, and is now thick enough to actually bounce a shot or two. This tank is going to be available in the gift store from May the 11th, so be sure to keep an eye out for it. If you like the British playstyle, you may just want to add this little Aussie battler to your collection. Thank you for stopping by the fridge. Be sure to check out my announcement video for the 2 giveaways that I am currently running. As usual, links to my Discord, Patreon and Twitch accounts are in the video description. Be sure to like and subscribe and share my content with your friends. On a personal note, there is a book available called The Battle of Coral by Lex Macaulay, which I would recommend if you have an interest in the Australian involvement in the Vietnam War. Thanks again. I'll see you again soon.